Sure.
And welcome to Carnivore Sunday, this day after our 250th Independence Day. Yesterday was July 4th here in the United States of America, a big holiday for us. And we have a special guest with us today. His name is Bryan Arie. He is from Kansas, and he's going to tell us all about his carnivore lifestyle in a few minutes. Before we get started, we'll do what we always do. We'll go around clockwise and just share a very brief introduction. There are always people who come on here who don't know who we are, so we don't want to assume they do, and just do a brief introduction. I'm John Laspina. I'm called the Carnivore Teacher, and I put out a video once a day. I'm on here every Sunday with you good people, and on Monday nights I go live as well. And I wrote a few books. I just published my 4th book, and it's called Seed Oils, the Silent Poison. And it's just literally came out yesterday on Amazon. You can get it in paperback and Kindle. And I'm going to be reading each chapter live on my YouTube channel, so you can listen to it for free coming up in the near future. I became a carnivore about 3.5 years ago, cured so many issues that I had, reduced others, lost weight, feel great. I'm a retired middle school teacher, so I'm still teaching about this way of eating to anybody who wants to join in and listen, anybody who's looking for answers. I wanted to put myself out there and teach. And so that's why I'm here, and that's what I do. That's it. I have different versions of me. It's your turn, Juliet.
Talk about different versions. Carnivore has given me the clarity to realize my passion, love is satire and comedy and bringing it back to my New Jersey sense of humor. So anyone that had the experience of watching my newest version of Coach Juliet Edens' channel, it's a lot of satire without insult to the wellness trends we see that I think are pretty funny, like bed rotting on TikTok, those kind of things. So I'm having a lot of fun with that channel. I have been carnivore at 19, almost 20 months. I've reversed type 2 diabetes. I am off high blood pressure medications. My blood pressure runs great to even low, which is awesome. So many things you forget over time, but pretty strict carnivore. I love when you said the seed oil book, and I could see my internet glitching. Okay, that is one book for everybody. I'm going to buy it in bulk because sometimes when we do the plant thing, poor Bryan, he'll keep trying. When we for some, especially family members, there she goes again. But seed oils, everyone needs to know about seed oils and get off of seed oils. So that's one I'm going to purchase in bulk. Everybody's getting that book in my life that I care about, because even if they remain sad diet and don't experience the healing, they need to be off seed oils, and they will be much better off. So that's my story briefly. And we're waiting on Bryan.
Yeah.
He's having internet. And I do want to plug, because I can't help it, John. I watched a video on your channel this morning. You could tell the name of it. What is the name of that video that I commented?
It's Crowd Health. Yeah, it's called Crowd Health. It's not a health insurance company. It's the opposite of.
Yeah. And you know what? It's just worth a watch. I have insurance through my employer, blah, 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 HSA and everything. I watched that, and immediately my not only my common sense was tugged, but my heart was tugged, how I could pay less, but also help others, and myself, obviously. Just watch it, even if you have the best insurance plan or whatever, because you never know who you may touch that you may say, hey, just watch this. It's quickly really hit me. Like, this is great information.
I watched a similar interview about 3 years ago with that gentleman who is the CEO of Crowd Health, Andy, and I felt exactly the way you did. I watched it 2 more times. I rewound, I went to the beginning and watched it again, because I had really good supposed
Yeah.
good insurance with the Board of Education.
Sure. Yeah.
I had just retired as a school teacher, and I was paying out of pocket close to $900 a month.
Yeah.
And then every year, I had retired 2 years before that. Every year it was going up another $100. So I was paying well over $1,000 a month for insurance. So when I canceled my insurance, and this is a crowdfunding concept, and there are thousands and thousands of people in this, we pay so much less every month. And then when someone needs it, the crowd pays for it. And we're asked whether we want to contribute or not. You can say no.
Right.
But I've saved literally 12,000 or more a year. I gave myself a gigantic raise just by dropping the insurance and joining Crowd Health. So there's a lot of details. If you're watching this right now, there's probably a million questions. So go to that interview on my YouTube page, or any of Andy Schoonover's interviews, and just type in Crowd Health. You can watch him give the similar interview to many other people, not just me, and learn about it and see if it's right for you. It is a little bit of a leap. It takes a little bit of faith to do it, but I'm totally happy that I made that leap a couple years ago. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And really where it fell for me is, yes, I'm employed, I have insurance, but then, what really hit me, and he didn't say it in words, but it's like, yeah, but who am I helping?
You're helping other people, right?
I'm helping my insurance company, hurting my aggravation level. I'm in the insurance industry, not health, but I know how to fight everything, but literally you have to fight everything.
Right.
And I'm aggressive, but I'm not a fighter. I end up going, I'm just going to pay over it, dealing with this.
And most people do that because they don't want to go through the aggravation. But you're right. Everyone's we're helping one another. It's like a big community. And it's wonderful. I can't boast enough about it. So well, I don't know. It might just be you and me, Juliet. If he can't get his internet to work, he was on for a little while, Bryan. But is he a Kilt's health coach? Is he part of your crowd?
He's part of the crowd for sure. Boy, I wish I can't tell his story, but it is.
Oh, because I don't know his story. I've seen him around, but I don't know that much about him. So
he's been around a lot more, which is nice. Sometimes people come in quietly and stay quiet, and that's okay. And that sometimes, something compels them to go. I'm coming. I want to talk more. I want to share my story. And, we could always have him another time, but when he shares his story, the few times I've heard it on like Barb's channel, I was just awesome. When you sit at the edge of your seat like this and just watch, not all of you have it. Not all of us have that talent for speaking and really drawing people into their story.
Well, hopefully he'll come on. If not, maybe we'll get him another time. Meanwhile, how was your 4th of July? What did you do? We'll just chat up for a while.
Yeah, I had a lovely time. And I think the most important part of that lovely time, I don't recommend it if you're watching my channel or John's, but just stepping away from the YouTube and the phone and everything, and spending time with family and friends. My husband volunteers, so we went to like a volunteer dinner, and it was just so much fun. And ironically, I do believe in things from the universe or a godsend. Nothing's accidental. When I went out, I forgot my phone. I never forget my phone, and it was so. I was just like, I didn't bring my phone.
Did you panic for a while and then you relaxed?
No, I think I didn't panic for a second because I was with my husband, who always has this. We're together like this all the time. And knowing, just for the adult children, if something were to happen, it's like, anything happens, they could reach him. Oh, and it was just a nice.
Isn't it funny how we have to have our phones? If we don't have this thing with us, right? And you and I grew up without it. We grew up with the thing on the wall with the long cord, and you used it as a tool for one thing. just to talk on. There was no speaker. There was no caller ID. You had to say hello with a question mark in your voice, right? We didn't know who the heck was on the other end. And now, my God, it's got our account numbers. It has everything. And my whole world is in this. One time I left this in the stall on top of the toilet paper dispenser for like an hour. And I ran back into that store like a nut job. Oh my God, my phone. And someone was in there and I'm banging on the door like a crazy person. What have we become over this device? You know, with the driving and the texting and I think with the wonderful technology, it's really messed us up.
I'll tell you,
respects.
It is a little bit of a promo, but it's more, I dropped a video. I schedule ahead of time. I have a business trip, so I'm going to be away a little bit in July. And so I scheduled ahead and I have a video. I don't even know the name of it. I think it's next week. And it's basically the trend of these retreats where you pay people to lock up your electronics.
Wow.
And I have so much fun making it because I'm not laughing at you, the viewer. I'm laughing at me and all of us. And, you know, and I talk about, I have put my phone in the other room, especially at night. So I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to keep it there. So if I wake up at 12, I'm not going to check what's going on in Barb's Seattle. Sorry, Barb, I keep referring to her. And that lasted a night. I couldn't do it.
Like a drug.
Yes, give me my drug. I just have to check one thing. And honestly, if something happened one day and the internet went down and all we could do is check the weather, I would check the weather 1,000 times, I'm sure, just to see if it changed half a degree.
Right. I do that too. I use it for everything. I say, hey, Siri, tell me this, tell me that. Look, it just popped up. Stop it. All right. So we're talking about cell phones. Chicken dinner. I love that handle. I've had this phone for over a year. I had to watch a brief tutorial the other day to learn how to power it off. We don't even know how to. Our technology is so complicated now that a lot of us we like don't even know how to use it. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, it's.
I would love to hear from the audience since we brought up. Do you think you could part? And it's a question I ask on my video. I can't wait to hear if people respond. Could you lock up your phone? Well, for free. Don't pay a retreat. Can you lock up
don't
your
pay for
PC and phone for Friday through Sunday?
Ooh.
Could you do it? No. Well, number one, could you do it? Number two, how do you think you'd feel? Like I could do anything as a challenge,
right?
Except eat sardines. I haven't.
Oh, come on! You haven't done that yet.
No, I think somebody wrote in one of the chats the other day that she's fasting so she could get to the point where she'll actually try sardines. And I kind of thought that was a brilliant idea because I haven't tried sardines. I'm one of those. No. So I thought that's a brilliant idea. Fast until you're hungry enough that you try sardines and then you could decide if you can't eat them.
Sardines, it's a mental thing with most people because you're seeing in your brain, you're thinking it's this little thing moving around and it's funny you bring up sardines because I just was at our store where I get my sardines, the ones I like, and it's empty. The shelves are empty. And then somebody posted that there's a sardine shortage in the United States. Like a lot of stores don't have them. I'm like, really? What the heck happened all of a sudden there? So I have.
Well, you all are buying the sardines. I'm stacking the toilet paper for the next.
Oh no, for the next.
Whatever it is, because you see how we react. If I love sardines and I'm hearing on social media there's a shortage, I'm going to go out and contribute to that shortage by buying in bulk. That's how we are.
We have Joanne. It's her first time here. Hello from Port Alberni, British Columbia. All right. Never seen this channel before. Thanks for inviting me. Brian, I wish Brian could get on. Brian's not here. I hope you stay. He's having some trouble with his internet. But people are chiming in, saying hi. Yeah. So my 4th of July, I didn't do anything special yesterday. We have neighbors all over the neighborhood that go crazy with their fireworks in the street and the cul-de-sac and all over the place. So we like to wait till it's dark and we go for a walk every year. And we just walk by people sitting in their chairs, all huddled, kind of like saying hi to everybody. And that was enjoyable. We did that every year. Nothing special. Then I turned on the TV and flipped all the channels to see the tall ships coming into harbor, and what are they doing in all the different cities in the country, which was kind of cool. And my observation this year was, listening, that it was a lot quieter this year than most years. I thought there were fewer fireworks going on around me than most years. I thought it would be way more because of 250, but who knows? All right, he's trying to come on. I clicked him, and there he goes. Hey, Bryan, are we connected?
Hi.
I think it's the internet.
Hopefully.
All right, we're gonna give it over to you.
I have no idea what's going on with it.
Just keep talking. Tell your story.
Well, I can do the 15-second version.
All right, give us your elevator pitch.
No.
I started a long time ago. I used to weigh 700 pounds, and I had a gastric bypass surgery in 2003. I got married in 2000, and just a whole life of gaining, losing. Then I got sick in.
Man, it sounds like an amazing story. It really does sound like an amazing story. 700 pounds.
I have to interrupt. Angie, 74, grew up in Easton, PA. That's where I'm going on my
you're going there? Oh, okay.
Well, my family's all in Easton. It's so exciting when you hear a little place in the middle of nowhere. My company, I work from home, is out of Ben Salem, outside of Philadelphia. Okay. But I always extend the trip, and I go back to Easton, and I just love it. Sorry, go ahead. I digress.
Okay. No, that's all right. I'm from Pennsylvania. I grew up in the Philadelphia suburbs, and I think I've been to Easton before. Don't know that much about it, but so we were just talking about Bryan, and I want to hear this story. I hope he gets his.
So good.
I don't know if he's using the internet with his cell phone, because he was using his phone, and maybe wherever he is, the signal's poor. Because I'm anchored to my house when I do these, and I'm on my Wi-Fi. Actually, I'm on Ethernet. And I also turn off my VPN when I do this, because you get greater bandwidth. And so ever since I've done that.
Hold on, this is Bryan. Hold on.
Oh, he's calling.
Keep talking. Talk about a book.
Talk amongst yourselves. I'll give you a topic, right? You know where that's from, everybody. So anyway, yeah, I'll talk about my book briefly. So this is what it's called: Seed Oils. Of all of the 4 books I've written, this one, and it's not that big, it's a little paperback. This one takes you through, it's only 10 chapters. It takes you through the fact that seed oils are riddled throughout society, not even just in my country, America, but it's all the ultra processed foods, salad dressing, sauces, everything in the stores. If you pick up and read the back or the side, there's soybean oil or canola oil or some other seed oil. And then I go into, in my book, about how seed oils are made. And if you understand how they make them, you won't be wanting to ingest them ever again for the rest of your life. They're really putrid. Okay. They're not meant for human consumption, but what they did is they deodorize them, and they clean them, and they bleach them, and to make it so they don't smell bad, but they really are rancid. And then, restaurants in their fryers, they reheat their oils over and over and over again. And so every time that happens, the lipid peroxides, the aldehydes, they get worse and worse. And then it creates massive oxidative stress and inappropriate inflammation in the human body. They are just terrible. So if you go animal-based or ketogenic or low carb or carnivore, you're ridding your body of most of these seed oils. So I highly recommend, if you don't want to pay for the book, to wait for it to come out on my YouTube channel and listen for free, or buy the book if you want. It's my passion to talk about this. Of everything we talk about in this community, about carbohydrates and sugar, weight loss, eating carnivore plant toxins. I think seed oils is the worst offender.
Mhm.
And it's the first thing we should all consider removing from our lives as much as possible. Like we
Yeah.
talk about microplastics, we talk about phthalates and forever chemicals. We talk about all these other things too, right? Seed oil should be at the top of the list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of the first things. And Brian's not going to keep trying and interrupting. We'll reschedule.
What did he say on the phone? He just can't do it.
Yeah.
I wonder what's going on.
He's been on lives and everything, no problem. I think he was kicked off one yesterday, but it was after a while, so he's not really sure. I said, well, let's, go ahead and work on it. I said, I'm not telling your story. I know it. You left.
Man, I want to hear it.
Great
Gosh,
cliffhanger. And I bet nobody watching that doesn't know Bryan. We're like 700 pounds. What?
Yeah.
And he's
Like
not
we just got a teaser, right? We just got a teaser. Now, do we have a guest for next week? We can try to get him next week.
I have a lineup, but not confirmation. So let's try to get it for next week and see if we could figure out what's going on or how to help him. I'm sort of, could you put up RJ's comment on the unplugging? Because this is like, after doing that yesterday, it's so interesting to me. In the meantime, as a coach, I'll tell you what, or non-coach, the first thing I tell people, especially those that just don't want to hear about car or whatever, I just say, let's just get you off the seed oils. Period, the end. And I'll leave you alone. Please just get off the seed oils.
To do that, you're getting off of a lot of other things in the process because
don't tell them that though.
Yes. Well, no, I'm cliffhanger for that. Wait, don't get healthy till you get my book. No, I don't want to say that. But it's when you do think about, okay, if I take seed oils out of my life, and when you go through that process, you are doing so many other wonderful things for your body because in the process, you're getting real whole foods. And if you are a person who eats plants, you're not eating seed oils. All right. That's another topic. But the seed oils really, we didn't have them in our diet as a human species for millions and millions of years. And just in the like 1911 was the introduction of Crisco by Procter & Gamble.
Yes.
That's when it started. And ever since then, think about that. 1911, that's a blink in history when you're talking about humanity. And so our bodies, we don't recognize it. We don't understand what that enormous amount of linoleic acid is. And so the body reacts in a way appropriate, actually, to a toxin that comes into the body. And then we have these problems. So anyway, let's see.
I don't want to.
RJ.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and read that. And then I want to talk about.
I know that I should unplug more, RJ says. Crap comes across my feed that I don't need to know. I like that. I end up worrying about things I don't need to. My God, I do the same thing. It's like I'm reading something I never would have thought about before. And now I'm getting my anxiety level up. Right.
Yes, I just love that comment. I could only read on my phone, guys, so I am paying attention, but I'm loving all the local stories about where people are from. Now, oxalates. Now, I told you that Crowd Health, what interested me and what maybe brought me to watch it, because it's unusual that I sit and click on a video on a Sunday from John. It's more during the week. But I have to have a fusion surgery with pins in my finger. And I love showing this to people. It's really gross. So that's my pinky finger.
Wow. What happened to it now?
Well, I've got to tell you just a couple quick things. It's been going this route for a while. So I went to the ortho. My husband literally came in as my English castle bodyguard to make sure I went, because I said, I know I'm going to go and need surgery. So I don't want to go. And I put it off. And finally, intervention of very funny people in my life were like, that is the grossest thing. It's like a witch's cricket finger. It's like the teasing in my family. You have my birth family, and now we have my son-in-law. You've got to have that. Man, you got to be strong, because they give me crap. So anyway, I went. It's genetic in nature, but it's really arthritic, and it does not hurt since carnivore. I don't care if anybody believes me. It doesn't hurt. So I thought, why get it taken care of? But the family's like, it's gross. So yes, I need surgery. And what I have to pay out of pocket with insurance, Now for surgery 3 weeks in the future is $2,500. So that's why I clicked on the video.
Wow.
But here's the second part of the story. It's a certain arthritic condition. We can have it as children. She said, you probably had it your whole life, and you've probably noticed the fingers sort of getting weird. A lot of people have it as a child. And I'm like, yeah, but it never hurt. And I played classic piano. I have large hands, and the stretching and things, I thought that was causing the thing. Come to do the research and listening to you, this pinky did not look like this when I started Carnivore. It hurt. It would get stiff. Carnivore removed that. But over the last 2 years, or, since I've been, this got worse and worse and worse. Didn't dawn on me. It should have. I fell onto, in doing like my little research for my own stuff, oxalate dumping could have very well and probably did. And you could speak to this. I didn't know I had oxalate. Sometimes we don't know I had crystals, but it'll go after that weak joint that has something in it. And I think in the end, this is what an oxalate dumping looks like with a preconditioned joint.
With a preconditioned.
Because it did not look like this. I promise. It was a little crooked. Nothing that would, if people put their fingers up, maybe everybody has a little bit of something. Did not bother me. And there you go.
Wow, that's so interesting. I'm going to be doing an interview on Tuesday with the guy who was on last Sunday. Do you remember our guest last Sunday? And he was the oxalate guy.
Yes,
and he talked about cancer, but he kind of addresses what you talked about, that when there's a lot of oxalates, the body is using that as a way to defend itself, and it's almost like an inflammation thing. It's taking it and using it. So interesting, very interesting. I have Dupuytren's. You ever heard of Dupuytren's? That's these little divots in my hand.
Yeah. Cool.
And I'm okay right now. I can do this. But people who have advanced Dupuytren's disease, they can't unclench their hand or put their hand flat on the table. And it is a progressive, they call it the Viking disease, although none of my ancestors are from the north. It's supposedly progressive to the point where you might need to have hand surgery. Now, what I did a whole bunch of research on it, and I realized that if I don't press on it, like when I do my weight lifts, everything that I do, I make sure I'm using this side of the hand and not this side. It should halt. And it has halted. It's not getting worse. Nice. So interesting that you were talking about your finger, and I'm like, wow, I've got something too. We all have something.
We all got.
But I do believe that Carnivore, for you and possibly for me too, we're in a very low inflammatory state. And when you don't consume industrial seed oils, which are highly, highly oxidative and inflammatory, when you eat a low carbohydrate and sugar diet, when you manage your stress and you get good sleep and all these wonderful things, your body is in the lowest inflammatory state possible. And so your finger, my hand, my lower back, anything that is a weak link in the human body gets better, or feels like it's minimized because because of your diet. There's so many things to say about the carnivore diet.
Yeah, there's no other explanation for why something that looks and hurt and would stiffen up with weight training for 20 years.
Wow.
Just doesn't hurt.
Right.
And I did ask, since it's just the tip, I won't be able to bend that, but it won't impact me. I'm like, can you still hold weights? Absolutely. Can you?
You have feeling in that tip, don't you? You can feel everything.
Yeah.
Like the nerve endings.
So the only thing is, I won't be able to bend it. But the point was that I kind of discussed with my husband, who had to be there to babysit me, was if I do wait, I'm 62. If I wait to 72, and by chance it starts hurting or something, the bone's going to be denigrated to the point you might as well get it fixed. And plus, my son-in-law was jumping for joy when he's a jokester, so he was very happy he's away from the witch's scary finger.
The witch's finger.
He doesn't watch, but I wanted to give him some crap.
All right,
Oh,
I'm highlighting some of the people saying hi to one another. So hi to Thomas.
oh
Hi
my
to
God.
John from John Together Strong. He is on
Hi,
here. Now, I
John.
want to talk about John Together Strong for a
Yes.
second.
I feel left out. I don't do lives.
But it doesn't have to just be live. So what
Oh,
John has, and I don't know how to share my screen real fast with this
yeah.
thing, but he has um, uh, a new service that is free that you can join, and it's like a TV guide kind of thing. Where if you're a creator, like we do these Carnivore Sundays live, I do my Monday night live. You do other things. I also record things. You can put the link. You can sign up for free. You can put your link on there, and there's like a little timeline with dates, and you can move the slider, the time of day, and then it'll ping you. It'll inform you when certain people go live. Thomas is on there.
What a
Target
nice
Prime
thing.
Rib. I'm on there. Robin Heron put hers on there. And so I sent out a few emails
Yeah.
inviting people to check it out
Thank
and to
you.
join John Together Strong, if you look that up. And it's a
Okay.
really cool concept. He has built it from the ground up with the servers and everything. So
Wow.
if I'm going to, as we're talking here, I
Put it
have
up.
to try to
Don't
do some kind of
I have to
multitasking
say
to figure out how to
these
get this up.
creators like John who care about the community and not I'm on live this time, I'm on live, and go on every live talking about their live and who's up against them on the live. You know, that it drives me a little nuts. And there are so many people. I think the majority are like, how can I help
Right.
this
I'm going to share
community?
my screen here. I'm
Please
not
do.
real good at this, but let's see if it'll do it.
Well, I loved it even when I thought I couldn't share because I don't do lives.
All right.
But
So I'm sharing my share. This is, oh God, that didn't work.
oh,
All right. So let's see. Here we go. Can you guys see that?
beautiful. I saw it, yeah, the other
Do you
day. It's
see the
beautiful.
Eagle Project Productions?
Beautiful. No one left behind.
Oh, you
I
do
love
see that.
it.
Okay. So this is his website, the Eagle Project Productions, No One Left Behind. You can join. So what I do is I sign in. You have a guide. So it's
Yeah.
like you can just click the guide and you can see this is, I have it set to list, but you can go to the grid and you can see people who have, like, here's our Carnivore Sunday School.
Yay.
I put that on there. John has all of his music videos on there, and you can click it by date and change the date and go to different days and see who is on there. Let's see if I can get this thing to work while you guys are watching.
It helps a few things because I always have to talk. It's going to help me because a lot of times we don't get the notices. Oh, so and so's live. This is live, or there's so many because I go crazy subscribing that they get lost in the chatter.
Oh, you're right. There's so many creators. Thomas is asking for the link, so I'm getting the link right now to put
I
into
thought
the
Thomas
chat.
signed up.
He signed up, but he was asking me to do it for everybody else.
Yeah.
So here's the link. I just put it in the chat right there. So if you go to that, if you're a creator or if you're just a watcher, if you want to sign up, and you can pick different people's sites, and then it'll email you when they're live. Like I missed yesterday. Rick goes on every Saturday, as you know, for like many, many hours. Rick's on here today. And I was so busy yesterday with a bunch of stuff and processing that interview with Crowd Health and all the July 4th stuff. And then the day went by and I realized when Rick came on, oh man, I missed seeing Rick, just like I missed the day it was his birthday. And I felt bad. So when now, if I can get him on there, I'll get pinged.
You'll see it.
I'll get these reminders that, oh, so-and-so is live. And I can, maybe put it on and just listen to it if I'm busy or whatever. So it's,
part of the reason I don't stream to my audience, which is right up here, is I love that the community is together on one channel. That's the main thing. It's very nice. And then since my channel's a little more comedic, and I don't think we're funny, are we? I think we're funny. I didn't want to.
Us or you?
Us.
I don't know if we're funny. I'm never known for being humorous or telling jokes personally. I'm not. I love listening to and talking and laughing at other people, but I can't tell a joke, to be honest with you. If you give me a joke to tell and I memorize it, I can't deliver it right. I don't know why. I can laugh, but I can't tell a good joke. So if you could
But
do that, that's a talent.
My favorite comment is I do a lot of shorts about a New Jersey girl, and now I'm in rural Missouri. And I might have shared this before, and my observations, which is usually I try to be self-deprecating about New Jersey. Hopefully people don't take it personally. But I think I shared this. I had somebody a couple times write, "This is AI slop." And I thought, I'm not AI, and I wrote these myself. So I'm like, is that a compliment? Or, I mean, most things just come out of my head, and some are complete flops because they're so dumb, 10-second one-liners on shorts. And some I sit there and it goes to like 2000, and I'm like, oh. So I don't know what's funny, actually. That's probably part of the problem.
That's probably what makes some of them funny. I just had an idea. John said I'm sure John wishes he could be on here to explain it better because he's the master of this. There's also 2 chat boxes, one in the creators room and one on the page. So you know what I thought I would do, and I have never done this before. I'm going to share his page again, and maybe I can play the little introductory video. He has an AI person who explains it. You mind if I do that? Let's see if I can do this.
Go for it. And see, now that's where I heard live, but I guess if I post videos the same time, Monday and Wednesday at 2 is every single week, maybe I could post that too. I don't know.
Let's see if
we'll find it.
If the sound comes through on this. I don't know if it will. You don't hear it, do you? I don't know how to get hear it. I don't know how to get the sound to work on this. I'm not a master.
You're asking the wrong person.
I know. I don't know how to share. Oh, darn it. How do you share the sound on this?
Cindy, it's John Together Strong. What we're looking at is his interactive website, which I encourage everyone to join. It's, people have tried these Excel sheets, and, this is a one-stop shop. It's a TV guide. If you go back a little bit, Cindy, or anybody that came in like just now.
I just put the link again.
Okay. Yeah. Or just check that out, or you just slide back a little on this live and you'll see it's amazing, impressive. And I'm forever grateful for what John has done. I can't imagine, even if he's a techie guy, which he is, how long this took them to set up this beautiful site TV guide for us and say, here, it's free.
It's to help the community. There are people looking for answers. There are people who are suffering, who are massively obese, who have diabetes, who are like he had, who are really having problems. And, there's answers. And this is going to help pull the community together. And it's together strong. Together we are strong. We are strong in our unity. And I know the community is so powerful. I mean, I know that we're only doing this through cameras, but when you meet up in person, do it through cameras, you're strengthening your resolve because you're sharing common success stories. You're encouraging one another. And that's what his site is all about. So, John, I apologize to you live that I can't get the sound to work. I should have done this ahead of time. I should have practiced it to have it ready. Maybe I'll do it for next Sunday, is play that video, because if you do go into that site, you can click the lady talks, and she explains it in better detail than I ever could. I mean, I can go get the script and read it, but I just wanted to mention it to people.
And also anybody watching, subscribe to his YouTube channel. I don't think John's in it for like monetization or being a big star at all. But, it just do him a solid. It does help YouTube push out some of his amazing videos that he creates a little bit more. So it's a 2-step process. We'll wait for you. Just come back.
Absolutely.
Join the website. And there you go.
All right. Here's somebody I haven't seen in a while. I recognize this name from a long time ago. Phone is always going to be ringing with everybody going live. Yeah. Well, possibly. Then you can pick and choose who you want to listen to. Yeah. It's.
I mute my phone anyway.
Let's see. I just came in. Is the Carnivore Live schedule Amy's thing? No, it's John Together Strong.
That. Oh, I explained that to her just now. You were working.
Oh, I used to be a master multitasker when I was teaching in the classroom, and I can't do two things at the same time anymore.
I gotcha. I finally discovered the purpose of why you have me as your sidekick. I've
Oh
been
my
wondering
gosh,
for
I
months,
could
like,
not do this
why
myself.
am I here?
Yeah, this would be difficult to do myself.
I'm looking at the
So,
comments.
yeah. Anybody have a question or comment? Our guest is hopefully going to come back in the
He
future.
will.
Tell us about his story. He said he had gastric bypass. He was 700 pounds. He was
Yes.
telling me when he got married, and that's all I
Yes.
know. So I
700
love these
pounds.
stories. I love these stories because when you hear a story, I mean, my story is great. Your story is great. But when you hear these stories, I hear people who they don't have MS anymore. They're not type 2 diabetic anymore. He's not 700 pounds anymore. When you hear these dramatic, life-saving stories, just because they changed what they put in their mouth,
Amazing.
that just is amazing. And that's why we're on here. I've been putting my videos on Facebook Reels within the last month, as well as YouTube. And I have a completely different audience who watches that they don't like YouTube or they don't want to be on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I get all of their comments and feedback, and man, they're different and they're interesting. And a lot of people, I get the vegans getting mad at me because I'm talking about vegetables. I get a lot of people pushing back, and it's kind of making me stronger because I have to argue the points. Yeah, I have to argue the carnivore points and explain or defend, or a lot of times I say, well, you're welcome. I'm not trying to tell anybody that they have to eat anything. Right. I'm providing information as a teacher, as an educator. Informed consent is my main idea. My theme in all my videos is understand both sides of the story when it comes to any food, whether it's a fruit or a vegetable or meat or anything. And then you make an informed decision of whether you want to eat it for your body, because some people can't eat an avocado or they break out. Right. Other people can. Right. And I get angry responses. You're bad mouthing avocados. You're an idiot. And then they start with the foul language and everything. They call me a jerk. And
well, I'm glad I don't do that. I had to have a sit down moment with myself when I left my old larger channel and made it private, and I decided, for a while I was doing Facebook, and I thought, I'm just going to stick to YouTube. I like YouTube.
I get it.
I'm not going to even bother looking to be monetized. That's not what it's about anymore. And it's just a freedom from, I hope if people watch, they like it. If they don't, unsubscribe. It's okay. Right. It doesn't matter. Right. I have fun making my little videos now, like they're 4 minutes, because I end up laughing and I have to edit it out and then I laugh harder because I'm like, that's not even funny, and I'm laughing.
Oh,
and for me, that's the creative part that gives me, I don't know, energy. It's fun. It's just plain old fun.
Good.
Thanks,
and that's
Terry.
what it needs to be healthy for you. You don't want something to not be healthy, because if something caused you stress and anxiety, it's not worth it. And I realize that too, because I'm spending way too much time responding to everybody's comments. I want to answer everybody. I promise in my videos, if you leave me a question, I will write you back. Well, now I have to fulfill my promise. And now that's why I couldn't go on Rick's show the other day. The whole day I was responding to comments. I'm like, I need to back off.
But Rick's probably listening. Now, I have a little bit of advantage that maybe, I'm not in anybody's personal life. I go to bed so much earlier than my husband, and then he comes in later. But Rick's voice is such that if I miss a Saturday live, which I love to at least make an hour or so, I play him at night because his voice puts me to sleep.
Oh,
it's so calming.
Hopefully he didn't hear that.
He's listening. I know what Rick does. He signs in, says hi, and he's working. He's listening.
He does things.
But he's working. So he's here.
But Rick, he's going to have to run over with dirty hands right now and say something.
What the heck? No. I prefer in the daytime, but I'm not going to watch a 5-hour replay, but it runs during the night.
So you replay it and have it on in the background and listen.
Yes.
I've done that with Rick, because they talk about everything. And not just carnivore, which is fun because it gets everybody in the carnivore community friends and talking about everything. And what I love about Rick again is Rick has anybody on, and Rick is not discriminatory. And there are people I will not allow on my YouTube page by the way they talk and leave nasty, rude comments.
Yeah,
he leaves them on there. He invites them on there. He baits them.
Yeah.
And I don't have the patience for that. Being a teacher, you know, it's like kick the kid out of the classroom. Yeah.
There's a couple questions for you.
All right, let's see.
Fuzzy
John says YouTube analytics, it's just a carrot to get free labor. Yeah, it kind of is. All right, Fuzzy Booger, his name is Tim. Great guy. What a friend.
Tim, thank you.
Now I know. John, you play that piano behind you with your bad right hand. I don't have any issues with my Dupuytren's right now. I can play the piano. Yeah, I can. And this is a green screen, by the way. This is not my living room. I wish my living room looked as gorgeous as this, right? No, but I do have a piano, but it's not a grand piano. It's a little digital.
I like Cindy's comments. The teacher is showing. I forget actually what you had said, but yes.
My favorite people are teachers. Yeah, well, thank you. I have so many teacher friends from 2 different jobs, and my Facebook is jammed, and they're all previous teachers. So it's kind of funny. We're like war buddies. We've spent hours and days and months and years together with these kids, and then whenever we would meet for a party or something, you know, it's hilarious. The spouses don't get it how connected we are because we live it every day. You know, all the stress with the kids and the parents. So yeah,
John,
I'm out of it now.
Do you ever feel like, oh, maybe from a psychology standpoint, you've learned so much? And what I'm getting at is, you know, listening to my daughter, who is a college professor, but taught high school, taught special needs.
Oh,
and she just has just such a different perspective when I talk about YouTube and why sometimes people need to be right or dogmatic. Like, she has very interesting insight, and I think it comes from being a teacher. Your thoughts?
I'm not sure what her insights are, but mine came from just age. You know, I'm in my 60s, like in wisdom and maturity, and you know, people in general want to be right, and they want to be acknowledged, and they want to be listened to.
Yes.
And when you give them a little acknowledgement, a little, I hear what you're saying, I respect you, I understand you, then the conversation tends to go in a more respectful manner, instead of I have to prove my point, I'm right and you're wrong. And you know, that's kind of like younger people do that because we have to validate ourselves, and you have to believe my way, or I have to stand my ground. I can't be wrong. I can't be wrong. And it's kind of, I think it's more of a wisdom thing.
Oh, wait.
And maybe it's because I was a teacher. I don't know. But I also have learned to kind of zoom out, you know, think of the earth and going all the way out into outer space, and just look down on our little tiny problems. Look at what they are in relation to everything else in the world. It's not that big of a deal to get so upset over.
You are so. This is a conversation that the 3 of my family had this morning for some reason, and because comments come up and the need to be right. And I think sometimes we feel, I felt that way, but I've also learned to let it go. When you think, like you just said, if somebody wants to believe calories in, calories out, that's okay. It's fine. Believe that. Like, you know, and sometimes it's just honoring, being okay with their beliefs and saying, good point, you know, or no, I understand, or whatever it is, you know, because just say, even like you with all your knowledge, to push back and say, well, actually, we know where that goes. And you know what, they're on their own journey. And
there's a way to present information as just like an encyclopedia, like facts. Here's something I learned.
Yeah.
And then you let it sit and you walk away, and then they won't, you know, in front of you for self-esteem issues or whatever, they won't acknowledge it, but they'll think about it. It's like you planted a seed and you walk away. And that happens to me all the time. I'm like, I feel this way about such and such, and 3 or 4 people said something that I disagreed with, and then, you know, 24, 48 hours go by, and I've been thinking about it, and I'm thinking a little differently now.
Yeah.
But I won't admit it. Right. So that's how I believe other people listen. They may argue, but they're listening. Just like children listen. Children see what you do. People are that way too.
Yeah.
They're learning.
Interesting topic.
Let's see. I
Let's
put
see.
this up here. I've been carnivore.
Hi,
This
Ken.
is Ken. 2.5 years, but only became aware of John a few weeks ago. Weird because you're bringing so much needed information and wisdom. We're blessed to have you in our lives. I don't know if it's me or the other John, but both. Yeah. Thank you.
Both of you in my book.
Oh, yeah.
Both of you.
Let's see. RJ says, I'm working on not giving advice on anything unless they ask for it.
I love that, RJ.
I think
you're saying,
that reminds me of
a lot of us are working on.
Yeah.
Darn, it's so hard.
You ever watch The Crown on Netflix?
Yes, I have.
I've watched it like 5 times, right? So it's such amazing. One of the things I liked, a theme that they played on, is how the Queen was very good at never giving her opinion. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Don't give her political or any opinion, and how difficult that is. It's extremely, and her grandmother Mary taught her to do that, and she was teaching Charles to do that. That you can't speak because of your head of state, and you're the head of the monarchy and everything. And I thought to myself, maybe we should listen a lot more and not give our opinion so much, and just listen. Be good listeners, and it's hard. It's very hard. It's probably harder than to speak. It is. John says, we've had a few debates, and you have an awesome communication skill. I always enjoy those debates. Yeah, John and I, we argued about a few things back and forth. He's a good guy. Heart of gold, this man. And an interesting story himself. Anybody who doesn't know John Together Strong, go right now to his page and check out his page and the wonderful program that he has created, and join again. I'm going to post that link one more time. For anybody who wants to check it out. So it's not just for creators, it's for anybody who's watching and listening. If this thing can grow the way we're hoping it grows, it's going to pull this community together, almost like, Meat Stock, only online. Almost like any of these Hack Your Health, any of these events, you're pulling everybody together, but virtually, like a TV guide. He puts it that way. I
like that.
Yeah.
I'll have to play that. I'm just reading some of the comments on my phone because I don't get them up here.
My Carnivore Chronicles. We were given 2 years and 1 month for a reason. Listen twice, speak.
2 years,
2 years, 1 month. What am I reading?
You were saying month? I don't know.
I need to put these suckers back on, right?
Oh, there you go.
I don't want to do that online with the big screen. 2 years and 1. I said 2 years and 1 month. 2 years.
Is that like a prediction? Is she a psychic? What?
For a reason. Listen twice and speak once. Yeah, very good. Let's rewind and cut that whole mess out that I just said. See, when I make my videos, I edit all my, just like you talked about, you're laughing. I edit out all my mistakes. So when everybody watches my videos that come out daily, they're perfect, right?
I'm going to have to leave my mistakes in one day, because I talk to myself more than I realized. I have realized I have this habit with my nose.
I do that too, and I burp.
This and this, and then sniff. But I talk to myself and I'm like, well, that's just the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And it's something I'm saying, went off script, or, I have
You
notes.
curse it all? Like I make mistakes. I'm like, oh, and I'm like, oh, because I know I'm going to cut it out.
Yeah. Now, I grew up in New Jersey where the F word was said, like, and very common, not insulting. But, what changed me is having children. So now I have children that the F word flies. They're adults. But no, I still kind of got out of the habit of just not using.
No, it's good not to use those because they're common. And we
say
have
crap
many.
a lot.
We have so many words in our vocabulary, and I honestly believe people use, and I'm guilty of it too. We use those words, the expletives, because we can't find a better vocabulary word that's descriptive. So we fill it in, and we need to take the time and be a little more. But they're great when you're really pissed.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's how I know my husband, who doesn't use profanity. If he's pissed, and it's only once every few months. When that F word comes, I'm like, okay, I'm going to hide. I'm hide. Where's the next hide? Hide what?
Our old biker 9739 says, when I started listening to the results of different people that had different problems that went away after carnivore, I was on it. Yeah. See, we hear other
Yeah.
people's stories and we're like, well, I'm sick too. Maybe this will work for me too. And people try. I noticed when I put out 4 videos for the 4th of July, 4th of July related type
Oh,
videos.
I might have missed
Ju-
some. Sorry.
July 1, 2, 3, and 4. I put out different ones, little short ones about barbecuing and food
Okay.
and our history and eating. And a lot of people chimed in with comments that says, "I'm going to start this. I'm going to start the carnivore diet. Thank you for sharing this. You've motivated me." And I'm like, wow. So
Oh,
you never know who's listening. You never
yeah.
know
And
who's looking. Yeah.
what a better message to get that makes all the work. And you guys know, especially if you're doing videos. I love lives. They're easy. This is my relaxation.
You just
When you're
talk, right?
when you're creating videos, and you guys know it's even my 4 minute. I try to keep them short. I'm not a comedian. It takes 2 hours, and then the scripting. It's like finding the trend, doing the scripting. It's a lot of work. But okay, so the good news is I do use AI. Show me recent trends. I'm not on TikTok, so I need to go outside that Reddit, da da da. So I use AI to research that for me, and I love this. What came up on Friday, the carnivore diet. So I said, is it trending like negative? Are people making fun of it? What's going on? And it was like quite the opposite. It in 2026, it has exploded in nature. I'm not going to repeat everything. It was this long, but I was a little surprised because when it goes out to the TikToks and the Insta or some really obscure social media sites, I was expecting to hear a lot of, people are saying it's a cult or something. Not at all. I mean, a little bit of, some people believe most are on GLP-1s and lying and whatever. But most of it was very positive, and that watch for it because more and with the change of the pyramid, the food pyramid,
Mm-hmm.
that's what kind of, contributed to it. So it was nice to read. And of course, I'm not going to do a satire on the carnivore diet. That's just not happening in my life. So that's off the table for me.
I hear you. It's
Hit the like
it's
button.
interesting. Yeah, hit the like button because
Hit the like. Give it to John likes.
there's a whole philosophy behind the algorithm concept when it comes to
Yes, there
YouTube
is.
and if I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
Maybe you know the answer to this, Juliet. There's
Yeah.
one video I made that's just like every other video that I make. It's the same formula that I make my videos, and it was about the difference between ruminant meat, monogastric animals, and ruminant meats. And this video exploded into the 1,000, like 40,000, just went
Wonderful.
crazy, and I don't know why. I've
Well,
tried to replicate it, and I just think certain people liked it, and they constantly hit the thumbs up so many times that it then, because of that, recommended it to another branch of places on YouTube, which made it to other branches. So that's why clicking the thumbs up whenever you watch something,
it
you
helps.
really believe it.
But
It does
it's
that.
really in the initial tests behind the scene. So sometimes it's a lot of luck. So YouTube
luck.
tested it the first 100. Behind the scenes, you don't even know this is
Oh,
happening.
really?
It tested 100 people, and those 100 people clicked. So your CTR, your CTR. So that thumbnail was clickable, and your CTR, if you get over 10%, you're doing awesome. Yours might have been 25 to start. And I've had a video like that, then not that exploded, but when you start high with the right test audience and retention, so people watched over 50% of that.
Right.
That happened. And, it drives me crazy when these YouTubers are like, YouTube hates carnivore. No, it's all the algorithm is your viewer.
Algorithm. Yeah.
So go right into your,
Viewers.
and then not too soon. So if you could have seen the big picture, John, those 100 people went crazy. They loved it. And YouTube went, holy crap, I found the audience fast. YouTube loves that. And then it sent it to 500 people.
Isn't that fascinating?
It wasn't luck on your part. It was a great video, else it would have died. It was a great thumbnail, or it would have died. You're a great creator, or it would have died.
But
YouTube,
it's
if
the same formula. I've done it many times.
YouTube won't test the same group all the time, and that's the problem. If they had sent that by accident and something was misread, one little thing, it's because it's AI, one little tag, something, and said, "I'm going to try the vegetarian." I'm exaggerating.
Yeah.
A great video could have just went, and you get 500 views.
That's so good.
It's really how it works, and I love studying it. And the good part is with every video, I could see where it went wrong. I could see where everybody dropped off. I make it for the first 2 minutes, but that as soon as I go into science or explanation or big terms, because that's not my channel anymore, and remove from satire, everybody bounces off. So it just helps me fix. It just helps me fix my scripts every time. Going,
that's great.
You all don't want to hear this. You all just want to be entertained. Gotcha. So it's very interesting.
There's that too. And then there's also those negatively phrased titles for some reason, just grab attentions, like, you're going to die if you do this. Everybody's
That's proven.
Clicking. Everybody's clicking.
I don't blame people for using it. It's proven. Why not?
Proven. I hate to use it though, because it's almost
I know
using people. I've seen videos from really prominent people, like I don't want to say their names to down them, but just people that I really respect, and then it's really negative, and then you click it and it has nothing to do with the title. They just use that title to get me to click, and it barely.
YouTube will punish you for that one.
And I felt a little betrayed that it was misleading, but yet they got my click.
Yeah, but you probably didn't watch the whole thing, and that's important. And YouTube will know that your viewer experience. You didn't produce what your title said. Okay, guys, I'm at 299 subs.
We're at the hour. Yeah, we are. So we're done.
Okay, we're done.
We can see how fast this went. Oh my God. All right. I hope if you can get our friend Bryan to come back on next week, if the other person can or not, or the week after. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. You know where we are. We're on YouTube. We have websites. You can check them out. Did you want to share your place, or are we good?
You're good. Let's go.
We're good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming, and we'll see you next Sunday. Have a good one. Ending it now. Take care.